This is our first video series. It is in January of 2019 in Michigan. What we're doing today is working on some property management of my parents' house because it's not bad. It's a good area. It's 40 acres, mostly it's all hardwoods. I've put a small food plot in last year. It worked pretty well, but it was too small and the deer destroyed it. The interesting part though, this property, what it's primarily been as far as I've ever hunted it, and I've hunted this since I was a kid, it's just kind of a transition property. The deer pass through, but they don't really stay for extended periods of time. Because we have ag fields surrounding us on pretty much all sides, except for straight back. There's another 40 acres that dips into a deep swamp. And that's where most of the deer like to hang out all day. Because you can always tell on opening day gun season here because everyone's shooting but us. So that gets kind of sad. So my goal is to make this property a place where the deer linger more in the very least, and hopefully actually start using it as more of a bedding area to get to these fields, because this is closer to the ag field surrounding us than the swamp is. So what our next series of videos is going to be focusing on is how to manage a property like this to turn it from okay to quality. And the first thing we're doing is you got to figure out what you have and what you need for deer. We have a creek that runs through the middle, so water isn't a problem. We have some acorns. We have a small food plot for food. But when it comes to small 40-acre properties like this with mostly hardwoods, it doesn't do you any good to start planting food plots everywhere because there's 80, 100-acre cornfields across the road, and you're just not going to compete with that. So the next thing I like to do is figure out what can I do to make my property different. What's different? What can I do here to get the deer drawn here? So that's what we're focusing on. And for this, I'm thinking the next step is going to be creating bedding areas. Because if you look around this property, just where we're standing, it's all a little too open. It's just a big hardwoods patch. And especially your more mature bucks and deer, they don't really want to be in here in daylight. It's too open. And I'll get plenty of nice trail camera pictures at about 1 a.m. in my food plot. A lot of nice 8, 10 points, nice bucks. But during daylight, there's only 1 or 2 days a year when they're in the rut that they chase a doe through. Then if you get lucky enough, then you'll actually get to arrow one. This last season, the cameraman there, Adam, ended up getting a nice doe with a bow. You smoked her.
Got the first bow deer today. Came in about what, 30 yards.
And I ended up settling for a little 4-point the last 2 days of muzzleloader season because hey, you got to fill the freezer at some point, and eventually you got to lax your standards. Yeah, it's true. And there's plenty of nice bucks in this area. This is a very good hunting area. It's just our goal is to get them on this property.
This is where Brian shot his deer.
Yeah, right over there.
Oh, that
those beech trees right on the edge. This is going to be the area we're going to put I think we're going to focus most of our effort on.
See the deer trail.
Best deer trail we have is right here. So we're going to take this old stand, the old wood one there. We're going to probably go up about 5 feet or so and make it and put a platform. Use all 3 of those trees as a platform. Then everyone will be able to sit there pretty nice and cozy. And we already got the best trail we've seen so far on the whole 40, like 20 yards away. Good for bow. Well, this spot does pretty well. We see a lot of deer back here every year. For some reason, we didn't even bow hunt back here this year. Got distracted by the food plot area. That'll get you. Because I want to leave most of this alone, but we'll create a wall right down this edge so it kind of funnels the deer to us. You can make your trails and your bedding areas to actually bring the deer right to you if you want to. That's what I think we're going to do right on this edge. Leave pretty much all of this alone. This is our big oak area. There's a bunch of oak trees right over in there. It's really open, but I want it to stay that way because that's our only really substantial food source on this property, so you can't really mess with that. Don't mess up a good thing. But over there where it starts getting thick again with a bunch of small trees, I think we're going to hinge cut all that, and we'll just have this as our edge of bedding, so we're not actually in the bedding area. Well, this is where the comedy factor kicks in the fall.
You ever hear winter peas?
Yeah, there was some of that in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Still hitting the food plot in late January.
What's left of it, they ate the brassica leaves down to
These are fresh from today, dude.
Yeah, they are. This is the one area, this is the only area of the property so far that I've actually put effort into managing. And it is working. So if you put the time and effort in, it does produce results eventually. So I've been working on this for about a year intensely, about 2 years of underbrush growth in there, cutting down some bigger trees. This is what I want to keep seeing more of. Really large solo deer beds this time of year. Probably
right down in this bed. Yes. Lay down, see what the deer sees.
What does he see?
You can watch the road from here. You can see that house. You can see that house. You can see right when you come out and start hunting him, he just runs that way into the corn.
Yep.
Well, you want to go eat some steaks?
Yeah, it's about time to eat some deer steak.
Maybe.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, you little crap. I can't see.
He gone. He's gonna go up to them pine trees, probably.
Can you actually see it?
Yeah, I could shoot it right now. He's right in front of it. On your side, dude. Missed.
Yeah.
Huh? He ain't hit.
What?
He ain't hit.